What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. A lot of good shit to talk about for this weekend. Yes, I'm getting right out the gates and throwing profanity out there just to get it out of the way because there is a lot of really exciting stuff coming up this weekend in really the world of a lot of things, whether you're a wrestling fan, a racing fan. Like, there's a lot of good stuff happening and some big things to talk about as well. I'm excited for it. First thing to talk about, obviously, Formula E. They are off until February 11th in Hyderabad for the Hyderabad GP debut for Formula E in India, which is exciting. We all know I love, debuts at places, new tracks, and especially with the way the new car has handled. The first race, I was like, okay. And then you heard me last episode. If you haven't, why haven't you watched it yet? Why haven't you listened? These are real questions that need answers, damn it. But really good racing. We saw people come back from like 9th, 10th and be competitive and get the win even, which is super, super, something you didn't see as much in the old car. Granted, new car. Yeah. So they're still trying to figure it out. About the racing this past weekend, that doubleheader in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia, was fantastic. And I'm looking forward to this. 2.835 kilometers in length with 18 turns. Again, I just want to see, how the racing is, what it's like, how the cars handle it, how the different drivers go. Does Van Dorn pick it up to win the championship last year? New team not looking as good, but that's something to be excited about. And, again, if you haven't watched it, you really should. It take a little bit to get used to the sound of, the electric motors and all that, but the racing is fantastic. And, even if they're not really racy up front, there's a lot of racing through the back, but there's people that have actually been able to have really big climbs this season so far in the new car. So highly recommend. Again, it's on CBS Sports. So you can just you can go in there, set it to record. You can Hulu, you could search for it to new only. You can go to Auto Racing, Motorsports, whatever yours is under, and find it and give it a shot. Again, one race takes like, hour and a half of your life. If it's set to record, you can watch it and fast forward through the commercial, so it goes faster. But really good stuff. And I really hope that even if I only get one or two of you people to listen to me and give it a shot, that you do, because it really is good. And, you never think of it from the electric cars. And if you hear me on, I have theories on them and, other things, but it's really good. So highly recommend. Set that DVR for me at least and listen, give it a watch once. Either you like it or you don't, or watch it once, be like, let's see another race and then wait for another one. But I think you'll be a fan after you get to watch it. The racing is good. We have Supercross in Houston at NRG Stadium Saturday night. Gate drop is 8 p.m. on Peacock. So you need Peacock to watch this one. First race for the 250s East this season as well. We have not seen them yet. And Hayden Deegan's making his debut this weekend. More exciting news. That's not Haley. It's another Deegan. There's a lot of them, and they're all pretty good, turns out, at racing. It seems to be their thing. But I have a few things I'm looking forward to, and the track maps, don't worry, they're going up. The track looks fantastic, what they put together. So really, you should be really stoked about this one. But I really just want to see, like the same thing going into the first race this season in Anaheim for the 450s and the 250 West. I want to see what they do as their first hurrah of the season. Especially, with all the incidents that we saw, especially, this so far in both of them. Jet going down so many times. Malcolm's injured. Like Forkner's injured. Like, we have people, going down that have had, issues and been dinged up, and we lost people right away in the first race this season, right at the beginning. So I want to see if they can get through it in safety. I want to see from 250 East who's going to, take over that spot, as Jet was there last year. And if you listen to me, you know what he did. And if you're listening to me now in the in the 250 West, he hasn't really lost anything except for those damn triple crowns he can't seem to do. Bad luck in those, but I want to see what they're going to do and who steps up in that place. As that is a big void for everything Jet did last year. Who's going to be the guy or guys, the people to, go to the next level and, try to be the next dominating guy. It's a hard thing to do, but I mean, look at him move over from the East to the West, and minus the Triple Crown thing, he's looked really good as Jet Lawrence. So I want to see who's going to be that next guy. I want to see in the 450s, can Eli Tomac bounce back after that mistake that he did all on his own, and that wreck sucked. Guarantee he felt that. guarantee he's still feeling that right now. He went down hard, but can he, bounce back from that at Anaheim too? Who's Justin Barcia and Jason Anderson gonna piss off? Because for some reason they just seem to be running into people again, no matter what. It just seems to happen so far in every race. So I'm, willing to see what happens there. But track looks great. And again, I'll share it on all the socials. If it's, I don't think I put it up yet. So even if I did, I'm going to put them all up again. I've had them, all week. And it's really exciting if you go through it and follow it all. I'm thinking it should be really good racing. I just find it convenient that after all the, 11 p.m. gate drops or anything like that, because of the West Coast, that's the first one that's at 8 p.m. I'm going to be in Uptown Charlotte at NXT Vengeance Day. And I won't be able to watch it, and I'll have to catch up. I think that's actually kind of comical that it finally worked out that way. But really good stuff. I just want to see, what it's going to be like. And if you want to see all the angles, again, Racing with Jesse Ruzinski on Facebook, because I can load more than 4 pictures on there. And there's 5 of them for the track map, so you can see everything. Twitter, you're only going to get 4, but I will have them on there as well for everybody at Racing Ruzinski, just because it's a cool track and it's good to know you. So you can follow it out in your head and see what they're going to do. And it gives you a good idea of what they're going to have to deal with and what's coming up. And I like seeing them. So I imagine you guys like seeing them too. They'll all be up, I promise. And you can check them out before the racing. But again, 8 p.m. Peacock. Make sure you, check it out. Should be good stuff. And the 250 East is debuting. So see what they have in store for us. And then we get to the main event, which is that thing. If you're paying attention, if you have the ability, if you're watching this to see the NASCAR 2023 Clash at the Coliseum. Now, I went into it last year saying we'll see. And I thought that for the most part, it was pretty, good. They had, Ice Cube, which is LA. You can't deny that. We had, which he was closer to the fans and stuff, but he had that. We had Pitbull, who a lot of people going, what the hell is he doing there? Because apparently they don't know he's part owner of Trackhouse. So that was really cool. And the racing was good. They have it back, and everyone's just trying to figure out the car too. So I think now that they have a whole year under their wing, there's, they're more used to it, which means I think everything will be better than the first time around because no one's trying to figure anything out. And that's a plus for all racing fans that are watching it, really. But before we get to the 2023, here's the results from the 2022 Clash at the Coliseum. We had the heat races, the LCQ, and the main event. Heat race number 1 results had Kyle Busch winning. That looks delicious. Thank you. Daniel Suarez second, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. third, and Ryan Blaney fourth. Again, shouldn't surprise anyone. And Daniel Suarez is good at this stuff. Look what Ricky does. I mean, he loves racing on these things. Blaney's good. Kyle Busch, obviously, short tracks, anything. Like he's in all kinds of racing. People don't even notice. So that's really good. Heat 2, Reddick didn't surprise anyone. Briscoe, another didn't surprise anyone. Austin Dillon finished third. That's the one that surprised a lot of people because I don't think most of them actually fully understand like how into dirt racing and all that short track stuff that he actually is. Like the teams he has, races that he does. Like, it should surprise no one that he did that good. I think it did turn a lot of heads, and he's super talented at that. And that's something that he deserves more credit for. But Cole Custer fourth, one of his better runs of the year. He's gone now. We'll see how his term in the Xfinity Series goes. But Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, Austin Dillon, Cole Custer, like you shouldn't be surprised by at least the top 3 there. Heat race number 3 result. Justin Haley won, didn't surprise me. William Byron second, he just keeps getting better, so that doesn't surprise me. Christopher Bell with his background does not surprise anyone. And Chase Elliott fourth. Heat race number 4, Joey Logano won. Kyle Larson second. That shouldn't surprise you. Michael McDowell third and Eric Jones fourth. LCQ results, top 3 advanced to the main. Denny Hamlin won. Harvick was second. AJ Allmendinger was third. And LCQ number 2, Ryan Priest finished second. I'm glad to see he gets full-time riding good equipment this year. I'm really excited to see what he does actually this weekend. In better, in full-time everything. Not just here and there as a backup reserve driver. Like he deserves it. I think he's going to do really good. Bubba finished third. Harrison Burton finished fourth. And we had Ty Dillon win, but he got DQ'd, and Martin Truex Jr. advanced on a provisional. And again, there was good racing through it all. I thought they did a good job. There's some improvements they did this year, but I'm really excited. Like, again, it was good racing. If you didn't watch it, find a way to watch it. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. I'm positive. I don't like to go on there except to post stuff, but I don't have enough time to, but really good racing last year. We got to the main event, 150 laps. We all saw it. It was Reddick's to lose, and he broke that transaxle, ended his day while he was out front dominating. Absolutely sucked, but otherwise, Joey Logano won. Kyle Busch was second. And again, Kyle had it for a while. Joey got the lead, and it was over then. So I don't know about passing or anything they could do, but at least we had good racing, which I think they're going to improve on. Again, they know the cars better now, and they learned a bunch from last year. So hopefully it's better. But Austin Dillon was third, should surprise no one. Eric Jones fourth, didn't surprise me. Larson fifth. He's normally his own worst enemy in these things, so that's good. Byron sixth, Custer seventh, Bell eighth, AJ Allmendinger ninth, and then Harvick rounded out the top 10 up there, which was good to see. Then Chase Elliott 11th, Harrison Burton 12th, Recchi 13th, Daniel Suarez 14th, Truex 15th, McDowell 16th, Blaney 17th, Bubba 18th, Haley 19th, Ryan Preece 20th, Tyler Reddick 21st, Briscoe 22nd, and Hamlin rounded out in 23rd. 18 of the 23 cars finished. There were 6 cautions, and again, Reddick was looking great until that transaxle broke under that caution. It was all over for him then, which sucked. But again, I think they figured it out, so it's not going to be as detrimental. This year, he knows all those things, even though he is switching over to, Toyota in 2311. So we'll see if that has any play in any of it. Don't know. We know he had the power steering issue at Bristol, but it's a completely different thing, that with the Toyota. So I think it'll be okay, but I am curious to see what he does in that new cars. There is differences between the manufacturers no matter what, but Logano won by 0.877 seconds and went on to win the championship. So he put bookends on the season, won the Clash, and he won the championship there at the end. But 2023 Clash, there's things I'm curious about. One, are we going to see as much aggression as we did last year? Because, we know the car and the impact on the drivers and all that. And even if they're not going at a great rate of speed or make huge impacts, it's a lot of impact inside the car. And I know they worked on some things, but how much did they improve upon it? And when we see people dumping people and being as, aggressive to get around people, and the track is, they really have no choice. In my opinion, they have to be that way. But we'll see how that works out as they know everything. Will Reddick dominate again? Now that he's with 2311, new manufacturer, new team, new equipment, like, will he go out there and do what he did last time, or will it be a step back? And what will Kyle do? Busch, now that they switched, rides all but, and what does that bring towards, all of that? Because they were 1 and 3 until, right up there 1, 2 in the top 2, top 3 all day. What happened, until the transaxle for the most part. So got to see what happens there. I'm actually intrigued for the whole season, but just see what they do in their first time out. How will anything be affected there? Again, Kyle Larson, will he be his own worst enemy? We've seen him take himself out. We've seen him run the truck race at Eldora and take himself out. Will that end up being his own worst enemy? And the weather, because they're starting it later, so it's going to end under the lights. That's the big one. How will the temperature and all that? It was warm last time. Last year, if it goes into the night, how will that affect everything? Because the temperature difference in asphalt does have an effect, even at a little track like that. So I'm really curious to see how that one works out, because that could be quite intriguing and play a pretty good role, in it all. So only time will tell. But, it's cool to add it that way. And again, it doesn't start too late. It's afternoon for them. It's dark for us. Again, might not be fully dark there, but it's going to be much darker. And temperature difference. What will it do just because of, the later start in the afternoon? At least it feels like it's starting later. Could just be me, but I swear it's starting different. We know we're going to have breaks and all that. So we'll see how it goes. Qualifying Saturday at 5:30. Heat races start at 2. On Sunday, and the actual race starts at 5. So again, we'll see, but it's a big weekend. Lots of stuff. Again, Formula E might be off, but Supercross has the 250 East debut. They're running NRG Stadium. Again, beautiful layout for the track. They did a good job with it as usual. I'm really excited for it. The Arena Cross guys are probably racing as well. Just got to catch my DVR because, no offense to the website, their website absolutely sucks. I'm not trying to be a dick when I say that, but go on their website. not the most informative of things at times, but I think it'll be a good race no matter where they are. And again, the NASCAR Clash at the Coliseum, new people, new rides. I really just want to see how they do it because they have the knowledge this time of the new car and running there. And it's the same car. They made some tweaks here and there, but same thing. So to see what they can do this time around and how that all works out, which is the biggest story going into it all. Yes, I know there's rule changes. We will get into those at a later date. Even though briefly I could say I don't like the Chastain one because I don't think there's anyone else who could do it. It'll happen again. And I'm not really the biggest fan of getting rid of that. You have to be in the top 30 if you want to make the playoffs, because I think that can give someone a chance to steal one and then just play it super safe if they're a lower budgeted team. But we'll fully get into that before the season starts. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Happy Friday. Happy, good weekend, everybody. Make sure you check the stuff out. Set the DVR for Formula E for next week. And when it comes on, share the hell out of this thing for me to get the numbers going. And until next time, peace, deuces. I'm out.